Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. As always, my name is Evelyn. Are you ready to impress your taste buds with these two delicious dishes? If you're ready, let's dive into making some mouth-watery gizzards and bell pepper fried rice. First up, we're going to start with the gizzards. Now make sure you have washed and cleaned your gizzards really well. Then you're going to transfer them into your pot or pan, just like I'm doing. And we're going to be seasoning them with some curry powder, some dried thyme, some garlic and ginger seasoning, 1 seasoning cube, and some salt to taste. Then I'm going to mix this really well, and I'll cover without adding any water for about 5 to 7 minutes. Now this is after about 5 minutes. I'm going to be adding some chopped onions, and I'll stir and add some water because we're going to be using the stock from our gizzards to cook our fried rice. So please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already, so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Now back to our gizzard. I'm going to be cooking this for about 20 to 25 minutes on medium heat. After that, your gizzards should be ready. Now this is after about 20 minutes. Our gizzards are ready. Everywhere smells so good and the gizzards already taste delicious. Using a cooking spoon, I'm going to scoop them out of the pan and I'll set them aside for later. And now we'll go over to boiling our rice for our fried rice. To boil our rice, I'm going to be straining the stock from our gizzards into the pot because this is going to add a really rich flavor to our rice. We are straining our stock because we want a clear stock without all the particles from the meat. Next, I'll pour 1 can of coconut milk. You can use canned coconut milk or freshly juiced coconut milk. I'm going to also be adding some water, just enough to cook the rice. I'll be adding 2 bay leaves for some flavor and aroma, some curry powder, some dried thyme, 1 seasoning cube, and some salt to taste. Next, I'm going to stir everything, add some chopped onions, and I'll bring it to a boil. Now that it has come to a boil, I'm going to stir and I'll pour in some thoroughly washed rice. Make sure to wash your rice until the water runs clear. And also for this recipe, you can use any type of rice that you prefer. Once I've added my rice, I'm just going to stir, cover, and let the rice cook. Now at this point, the water has started evaporating. I'm just going to stir it one more time. Let the rice cook until the water dries up. Now that my rice is cooked, I'm just going to let it cool down and we'll go over to making our stewed gizzard. Now for our gizzard, I'll start by pouring some vegetable oil into my pan. I'll let that heat up. Then I'll pour in my cooked gizzards and make sure they are in a single layer, and I'll just let them fry for a few minutes. After a few minutes, I'll begin stir frying them so that they don't get burnt. I'll do this for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'll add some sliced onions. Now for your onions, you can add more or you can add less if you don't like too much onions in your food. Once I've added my onions, I'm going to stir everything to combine, and I'll stir fry this for about 2 to 3 minutes. After about 2 minutes, I'm going to be adding some habanero peppers for some heat. You can leave this out if you don't like your food hot. I'll be adding 2 habanero peppers. You can add more or you can add less. Just stir fry this for about 2 to 3 minutes. Next, I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, and I'll mix everything really well, making sure the gizzards are properly coated with the tomato paste. And while doing this, you're going to keep stir frying your gizzards. Now that everything is properly coated with the tomato paste, I'm going to season with some garlic and ginger powder and some salt to taste. Just season with any seasoning of your choice. Then I'll stir everything together, making sure everything is properly combined. Now that everything is thoroughly combined, I'm going to be adding some bell peppers. I'm using all the colors of bell peppers I could find. You can use any color of bell pepper you have available at home. I'm just going to stir everything for about 2 to 3 minutes, and after that, our mouth-watering gizzards are ready to be served. And for our fried rice, I'll begin by heating up some vegetable oil and some butter. Next, I'm going to be adding some chopped onions, then I'll stir and let this fry for about 2 to 3 minutes. At this point, I'm going to be adding some habanero peppers. I'm using 3 habanero peppers for this recipe. I'll stir and fry this for about 2 minutes. In goes 2 bay leaves for some flavor and aroma, but this is actually optional. I'm going to stir and let this cook for about 2 minutes. Next, I'll toss in some diced bell peppers. Like I said earlier, I'm using all the bell peppers I could find, and I'll be seasoning with some garlic and ginger powder, some curry powder, dried thyme, and 1 seasoning cube. Then I'll mix everything to combine. Let this fry for about 1 to 2 minutes because we don't want to overcook our bell peppers. And last but not least, we're going to toss in our cooked rice, which has had time to cool down. Then we're going to stir until everything is perfectly combined. Also, at this point, you can taste if you need to adjust the seasoning. We are going to stir fry this on high heat for about 5 minutes, and after that, our bell peppers coconut fried rice is ready to be served. You can serve this alongside the stewed gizzard and enjoy this mouth-watering combo. This recipe is perfect for parties or a hearty family meal. And that's it for today's recipe. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.